Welcome to Timeless Wisdom for Seniors, a place for us to share stories, find comfort, and remember that a life well lived is a life to be celebrated every single year. You know, I've learned over the years, talking to people from all walks of life, that some of the most profound experiences are also the quietest. Have you ever noticed someone you love, maybe a parent, a spouse, a dear friend, begin to change in small, almost unnoticeable ways? Later you realize those changes were actually much bigger than they seemed. In the final months of life, many of our elders show us signs that can be mistaken for just getting older. But often, these shifts are the body's way of gently preparing for what's ahead, even when we, in our love and hope, don't see it for what it is. Some signs are physical, yes, but others are deeply emotional, even spiritual. Some are so subtle they pass in the blink of an eye. Others might catch us off guard, make us wonder. But what they all have in common, these signs, these moments, is that they carry meaning. In this video, we're going to explore 6 changes that often appear in the months before someone passes. And let me be clear, these insights aren't meant to alarm you or sadden you. They're here to help you understand, to prepare you, and perhaps even to help you find peace in what's already unfolding. Whether you're walking alongside a loved one right now, or you're thinking about your own journey, this may be one of the most important conversations you have. So, let's begin. One of the most beautiful and surprising things families often witness is something doctors call a rally. It's when someone who's been withdrawn, tired, maybe even unresponsive, suddenly becomes like their old self again. Maybe for a day, maybe even just an afternoon. They may laugh, eat a full meal, hold long conversations, reminisce about old times, or just seem so present, so full of life. It's like a light switches back on. To loved ones, it can feel like a miracle. For a moment, hope, that powerful, beautiful thing, comes rushing back. But medically, this burst of energy is usually a temporary shift, a sign that the body is releasing stored energy as it prepares for its transition. Now, I know that word can be hard to hear. Transition. It's not a recovery, this rally. But it is a gift, a brief window of connection, a chance to be present with your loved one in a truly special way. When we understand that these moments are gifts, not to be feared but recognized, we can embrace them for what they are. A chance to maybe speak those unspoken words, to offer forgiveness, or to simply sit beside someone we love and be fully, completely present with them. You might notice your loved one starting to pull back little by little. They might not be as interested in phone calls, visits, or even just chatting like they used to. It's not dramatic, not a sudden thing. But over time, it becomes clear. They're stepping back from the world, finding peace in the quiet moments. This isn't necessarily sadness, you know. And it's not rejection, it's the body and spirit turning inward, finding solace in their own company. Even sounds that once brought joy, the chatter of a family dinner, the grandkids playing, it can start to feel exhausting. A person who once led every conversation might now prefer to just listen, to observe, to soak it all in quietly. This emotional withdrawal, this turning inward, it's not about giving up. It's about conserving what precious energy they have left. And very often it's about reflecting on a life lived, on the memories, the joys, the sorrows, all of it. And you know what? In these quieter spaces, a different kind of closeness can bloom. One that's not rooted in words, but in just being present, in holding a hand, in sharing a quiet smile. As the body prepares for its final journey, sleep often becomes irregular. It's not just needing an extra nap in the afternoon. People might doze off throughout the day, become a little disoriented about the time, or drift in and out of awareness. To those around them, it might just seem like tiredness, but what's happening inside is much deeper. The body's natural rhythms, the ones that tell us when to sleep and when to wake, they begin to gently unwind. Energy becomes unpredictable, and sometimes these changes come with vivid dreams or visions. Your loved one might talk about seeing loved ones who are no longer with us, describe hearing beautiful music, or seeing a radiant light. These moments, though they might be disorienting to witness, often bring a deep sense of calm and peace to the person experiencing them. It's not confusion. Not in the way we might think. It's a natural part of letting go, of the soul preparing to take flight, and sometimes, the most loving thing we can do in these moments is simply sit quietly, hold their hand and let them rest. Let them journey into that space between worlds. When food loses its flavor. Food is one of the great joys of life, a way we connect, celebrate, and nourish ourselves. It's the centerpiece of so many of our traditions. But for someone nearing the end of life, their relationship with food often changes. Meals that once brought joy might start to go untouched. Favorite foods no longer hold the same appeal. You might notice smaller portions, skipped meals, or a gentle refusal to eat. This can be one of the hardest things for caregivers to witness. We want our loved ones to eat, to be nourished, to feel our love through those home-cooked meals. But as the body slows down, digestion requires more energy than it can give. Hunger naturally begins to fade, and food, even the most beloved recipes, no longer brings the same comfort. This is a time to shift our focus from nutrition to comfort. It's not about forcing, but about offering. A spoonful of pudding, a sip of warm tea, a piece of fruit. These small rituals offered with love become acts of love, not sustenance. Cold hands, warm hearts. As the body begins to conserve energy, circulation naturally slows down. Blood is directed away from the hands and feet to protect the vital organs. That's why you might notice your loved one's hands feeling cool to the touch, their feet might look paler or even slightly bluish, and their skin might have a different texture. This change can be startling, especially for those of us who associate warmth with life. Holding a cold hand can trigger fear, a sense of urgency. But in most cases, this shift in circulation isn't painful for the person. It's simply the body naturally retreating inward, conserving its energy for the journey ahead. So what can we do? Rather than trying to fix it with heaters or extra layers, the kindest response is comfort. Soft socks, a warm blanket, the gentle pressure of your hand in theirs, these are the things that matter now. When we understand what's happening, when we accept it, we can stop reacting with fear and start responding with tenderness. A quiet peace. This is the change that often surprises people the most, and it's one of the most beautiful. Even those who've lived with anxiety, fear, or unresolved conflicts might start to experience a profound sense of peace. It's like a weight has been lifted. They let go of worries, of regrets. They might talk about things differently, more slowly, more poetically, like they're choosing their words carefully. They may even express a readiness for what's next. They might say things like, "I'm ready," or "I'll see you again soon." Some people even talk about loved ones who've passed as if they're right there in the room. These aren't always hallucinations. Often they're moments of spiritual awareness, of the veil between this world and the next becoming thin. Across cultures, across faiths, this experience is known as nearing death awareness. It's not always something we can explain, not in the way we explain the physical world, but it is often accompanied by a profound sense of grace, acceptance, and love. And isn't that a beautiful way to transition? To leave this world with a heart full of peace? A time for love. As we close today, I want you to take a moment to just breathe and reflect on what you've heard today. These 6 signs, they're not just changes. They're messages, whispers from the soul. Quiet, dignified ways the body and spirit prepare for what comes next. Some of these signs may seem unexpected, even hard to accept, but each one is an invitation to pay closer attention, to truly listen, to honor what's unfolding in the lives of those we love. Maybe you've seen these changes in someone close to you, or maybe you recognize them in yourself, and you're wondering what they mean. Wherever you are on this journey, know this. Noticing these signs isn't about predicting a moment, it's about understanding. It's about replacing fear with awareness and being present with compassion. You are not alone. Everyone watching this video, we're all part of a quiet, caring community, one that values dignity in aging and being fully present in life's final seasons. And sometimes just knowing what to look for, what to listen for, can change not only how we say goodbye, but how we love while there's still time. If this video spoke to you today, please leave a comment below. Let's continue this conversation. Share this video with someone you love, and don't forget to subscribe for more conversations about life, loss, and living fully. right here on Timeless Wisdom for Seniors. Thank you for being here with me today, and remember, you are loved.